Hello YouTube world, my name is Justin and I might have a slight kayaking addiction. I am normally a whitewater paddler, got some whitewater boats here, but today I want to talk to you about these two Crescent Lite tackles sit on top kayaks that I recently purchased. When I was shopping for boats and looking online, I didn't see many videos or reviews of this particular boat. So I wanted to kind of go through it, maybe make a little YouTube video of my own, go through some of the features, and then do a little on-water review. So let's jump straight into the boat. We'll go over some specs and talk about it just a little bit. So Crescent Kayaks is a newcomer, relative newcomer to the kayak industry. They are American made. These are made in Carrollton, Georgia. The specs on this boat, the Crescent Lite tackle, it is 12 foot 4 inches long. It weighs 75 pounds. It's 34 inches wide and it will hold up to 450 pounds. Big fan of the profile of this boat. I actually really love this bulbous nose front. It's got a good rocker profile. It has a center keel and what Crescent calls sponsons on either side of that center keel, which make it very nimble and kind of playful. This boat will handle class 2 whitewater, so you can do some downriver paddling in it too. Primarily, I think they tout it as a fishing kayak, but it is so much more as far as I'm concerned. And let's just go over some of the different features. One of the things that I really love is this front hatch. So the boat is actually hollow, and this front hatch makes a nice little storage facility. So you have this front hatch that comes off. You have all this space down inside the kayak that you could use. You could actually do some overnighters. You could put some camping gear, some food, some clothes. Looks like this goes back a good ways. I think some folks in some of the videos that I saw were putting fishing rods in here that were, 8 feet long or so. So you have plenty of storage capacity, and that's something that I really like with this boat, because you have the ability to do some overnight paddles, camp out of the kayak, which would be a lot of fun, I think. And so let's move down along the side of the boat here. You got these Yak Attack rails that take all the Yak Attack accessories. You've got your adjustable foot pegs. The boat does have several scuppers and scupper plugs, so that if you do get into some kind of white water or water that's splashing over the boat, you can drain the water out there. Moving down along the side of the boat, more of these really great Crescent handles. A really neat feature, Crescent put these little zipper pouches in along the side of the boat. So you've got this zippered storage here for fishing tackle or your cell phone or a snack or something cool. And then behind it, these little tabs come off and you've got this little storage area that's about 4 or 5 inches deep. So yeah, I've got a little koozie in there. So that will help keep your drinks cool when you're on the water. And so going back a little further on the boat, oh, by the way, this is not something that comes standard with the boat. The gentleman that I purchased the kayaks from was kind enough to give me this Yak Attack cup holder that's also a scupper plug. Arr! There we go. So that pops out and is a scupper plug and also holds a drink. So the seats are really comfortable. That's one of the things that I really liked about the boat. You've got this lumbar support here. It kind of gives you free range of motion for scapula according to the design and the website information. The seat does lift right out, so if you did some kayak camping, you could set that thing on the shore somewhere and sit around a campfire and be comfortable. The seat does strap into the boat with these straps, and that kind of holds it in place in case you have one of those whoops moments and you tip the boat over. You won't lose your seat in the river or the lake, wherever you might be paddling. And so you've also got these kind of paddle stays here that you could use for a drink or other, any other thing that you might want to strap in next to the seat there. I thought that's a pretty nice feature. All this webbing and all this hardware on the boat that you see is really fine quality. It's all really good metal, all really well constructed. Seems to be durable. Seems to be things that will last the test of time, and maybe we'll come back and do a 1-year review and tell you what I think about it later. But as we move back, you've got the Yak Attack Mighty Mounts, which take all the Yak Attack accessories as well. You've got the Yak Attack gear track back here on the back. All this stuff is adjustable. Of course, this webbing can be taken off. You can put a cooler in the back. You can put any of the Yak Attack accessories here and strap anything down that you need to. Got some good grab handles on the back to pick the boat up, carry it up. You've even got a nice transom back here that if you wanted to mount like a trolling motor or something like that on the back, you could do that. Yeah, I assume you could probably put a rudder on here if you wanted to. You got your drain plug. I guess that's if water does get in the hatch up front and you do have a need to drain it, you've got a drain plug access right there. So this is the boat that I decided to go with. Trying to get some of my friends into paddling. I had some long boats that were skirted and I couldn't get anybody to go paddling with me because I didn't like the concept of getting in a sit-in boat with a skirt that attached them to the boat. So hopefully these boats will make paddling more accessible for my friends, and hopefully I'll be able to talk some of them into getting out on the water. Today I'm going to take this one on its maiden voyage. The plan is to hit a little place outside of Birmingham here called Lake Purdy. And we're going to get this boat loaded up and hit the water, and we will see you soon. All right, so we got the boat all strapped down. I've got a Ford F-150. I've got one of these Yakima bed extenders. I got it over at Cedar Creek Outdoors. There's a little plug for them. Fits into the hitch nicely there, extends the bed. So I've got the boat obviously strapped to the Yakima bed extender, and then got some tie downs here in the truck that work out nicely. And check that out, I just folded the seat flat down, ran the strap through the handles on the boat through the seat, and I think that's going to work perfectly for getting this bad boy to the water. But everything fits in nice and snug and neat, and I think I can actually fold my tonneau cover down over the bed and get everything tucked away nice and neat for a smooth ride to the lake. So now it's time to pick up a sandwich and maybe some cold adult beverages, and time to go check this boat out on the water. All right, so here we are on the water at last. Had a little mishap. The first stop, Lake Purdy, Alabama, is a privately owned lake, and you cannot paddle privately owned kayaks there. You have to rent from them. So this is my backup plan. This is Oak Mountain State Park. This is what's called the back lake. And so here's our on water of the Crescent light tackle. So far, really love the creature comfort of this boat. I don't know if you can see that or not. I've got my scupper in with my drink. I've got another drink here on the side. Very comfortable seating position. Got the foot pegs adjusted like I like them. Boat tracks really well. Primary stabilization was something that people picked on this boat, but for me personally, coming from a whitewater boat, I did not mind the fact that it had less primary stabilization than other boats. This means it will be easier to turn and maneuver in flat water, and it will also handle some class 1, class 2 whitewater stuff pretty well. There's plenty of YouTube videos of people out there paddling this boat down class 2 rivers, and because of the bow rocker of this boat and the way that the hull is designed, it handles itself very well in whitewater rivers. So hopefully this boat will get a lot of different use, a lot of different paddling styles. There's some fishing, there's some recreation, and there's even some sit on top class 2 action. But my initial impression of this boat is very good. It tracks very well. It seems to handle very well, and we'll get into some turning and some other things as we get down here towards the end of the lake. But so far I am extremely impressed with this boat. Alright folks, I've been paddling the boat here about 15-20 minutes. Really pleased and impressed with the Crescent light tackle. This boat handles really well. It's very stable. It's a pretty windy day out here and I'm not getting blown around. It tracks really well. Coming from a whitewater boat and being a whitewater guy, I love the creature comfort. I mean, this thing I can stretch out. The seat's really nice and comfortable. Plenty of amenities. Loving these little pouches here. That's actually where my GoPro, my tripod, I stashed it in there. And then, you know, once again, you've got all this little hideaway storage behind there that's just awesome. So this is going to be a great summer fun boat. I could see fishing off this being really great. Also, all that storage down there could be used for some overnighters and some kayak camping. So this is just going to be a great boat. I'm going to turn the camera around here, see if we can get that tank well over my shoulder there. That thing is awesome. Plenty of reach and accessibility. I can reach way back there. I've got my helmet. I have another GoPro mounted there. I was doing some paddling videos before. I'm going to talk about looking like a dork. Be out on a public waterway on a pretty sunny day and have a helmet on, which really not needed for this kind of paddling. It's kind of a whitewater only thing, but I figured I would put the old GoPro on and see what I could see. But loving this boat. Can't wait to introduce some of my friends who haven't paddled to paddling. Can't wait to see all the potential that this boat has. It tracks well. It's really stable. It's not a speed demon, but you know, you don't expect it to be. It's a recreational sit on top boat. You know, it's 12 feet long, 12.4 I believe. So just super pleased with this boat. I can't say enough good things about Crescent. My one and only complaint with them, and other people have picked this bone, so I won't go into too much detail, but the seat height. So the seat just has a lower position. They make a platform that goes in the boat that would raise the seat up, but when I did stand up and go to sit back down a little while ago, super stable. But that sitting down position, I'm 47, I'm 5'11", I'm 205 pounds, and that getting low and getting back into the seat, at some point you just kind of plop. You just kind of plop into the seat. So it would be nice to see them kind of cut some grooves like Jackson and some of the other manufacturers have done, so that you could take that seat and just move it up to a higher position. But I can't say enough good things about the boat. That's the only bone of contention that I have with this thing at all. Super stoked, super happy. Can't wait to get it out and do some kayaking this summer and introduce some of my friends to being on the water. But it's a beautiful day. This is Oak Mountain Lake here in Birmingham, Alabama. It is a sunny day in March, and it is probably about 68, 69 degrees. So yeah, just enjoying life and enjoying this Crescent light tackle. Trying to do just a little more paddling here. Got the old GoPro and the helmet on, and kind of come to the end of the back lake here at Oak Mountain, and just wanted to do some turning and see how maneuverable this boat was. So I'm gonna try some long sweeps. Get my leash out of the way. It turns pretty well. Couple street strokes and you got a 180. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's for a recreational sit on top, that kind of maneuverability is almost unheard of. I had some long boats, one that was a Dagger Axis 14.5, and I had a Wilderness Systems Tempest that was 17.5 foot, and those boats were very difficult to turn. But this seems to be very maneuverable. Like I said, that lack of super primary stabilization, because it does have a really nice keel on it, allows you to kind of turn and maneuver as you paddle, which, coming from a whitewater boat, I really appreciate that. And I wanted that in a paddling boat, in a wreck sit on top, so that I could navigate through little tight spots like this. And if I did find some whitewater to play in and a recreational sit on top, I could do that. And some of the sit on tops you really can't do that, but this one, look at that. And that is just a lot of playability and fun for what would ultimately be, you know, what people would call a wreck boat. So, and this looks like it would be a great little grassy fishing spot. One of these days we'll have some fishing rods on this thing. But anyway, I just wanted to take a few more shots, a few more clips of the boat through the water to show you how maneuverable this thing is. And it is really great. I mean, I can take a sweep stroke and change direction and then track it really straight to where I want to go to follow the shoreline. So this will be a great boat for a novice to get in and enjoy themselves, and then a more advanced paddler to get in and have some fun too. So once again, very, very pleased with the Crescent Lite tackle. All right guys, it's time for me to go paddle and enjoy this day.